Hello and welcome to Prime Math Tutorials. Today we'll take a look at graphing the function x cubed minus 1 all over x, and hopefully you gain something valuable out of it. Let's get into it. Now firstly, in part A, we are required to find the intercepts. Now to find the y-intercept, we need to set x is equal to 0 into our original function. However, since we are dividing by x, we cannot have x is equal to 0, and so it follows that there is no y-intercept as the function does not exist at x is equal to 0. Recall that to find the x-intercept, we need to set y is equal to 0, or equivalently, f of x is equal to 0. Doing this, we get 0 is equal to x cubed minus 1 all over x. Then, multiplying both sides by x, we get 0 is equal to x cubed minus 1. And solving this, we get the single solution x is equal to 1. So as a recap, we have the x-intercept as x is equal to 1, and the y-intercept does not exist. Okay, on to part B now. We need to find any asymptotes. Today, we will start with seeing if there is a vertical asymptote. For these type of asymptotes, we need to see if there are any values of x which make the function undefined. And to do this, we consider what type of function we have. Since this is a rational function, our constraint is that the denominator cannot be 0. This means that our denominator, which is x in this case, cannot equal 0. Thus our vertical asymptote is x is equal to 0. As an intermediary step, let's see what happens on either side of the asymptote. An easy way to do this is by plugging in values very close to x is equal to 0 into the function, and evaluating this using your calculator. Doing this, we find that on the left side of x is equal to 0, substituting a value of x is equal to negative 0.001 into the function, we find that the function goes towards positive infinity. And on the right side of x is equal to 0, substituting a value of x is equal to 0.001 into the function goes towards negative infinity. This information will be useful when graphing the function. Now this function does not have a horizontal asymptote as the leading degree of the numerator is higher than the leading degree of the denominator. However, it also does not have an oblique asymptote as the leading degree in the numerator is more than 1 degree higher than the leading degree in the denominator. It turns out that since it is 2 degrees higher, it has a parabolic asymptote. This can be seen by dividing the numerator x cubed minus 1 by x, which turns this into x squared minus 1 over x. Again, similar to the previous videos, we can identify our asymptote as the term which does not involve a fraction. So in this case, our asymptote is y is equal to x squared, which I've colored in red. You can check that this function is undefined by substituting f of x is equal to x squared into the original function and simplifying it. Now for the last part, sketching the curve. Here, we can write out the information we have accumulated from the past questions and present it in an easy to understand way. From our table of information, we can read off our x-intercept, which is that x is equal to 1, and we also know that there is no y-intercept. Following this, let's add in our asymptotes. We found that there was a vertical asymptote of x is equal to 0 and a parabolic asymptote of y is equal to x squared. Additionally, it is worthwhile to quickly check if the function is odd or even. However, it is clear that this function is neither. Using our table of information, we know that the curve goes towards positive infinity as the function approaches the asymptote x is equal to 0 from the left side, so we can plot a point there as shown here. Similarly, using our table, we can plot a point at negative infinity on the right side of the asymptote. This step will make it easier to understand the shape of the curve. Now that we've put down nearly all the information we know, let's think about what the curve looks like. Starting from the point we jotted down on the right side of the asymptote x is equal to 0, we know the curve must pass through the x-intercept x is equal to 1 and then converge to the asymptote y is equal to x squared. To have a clearer picture of why it approaches y is equal to x squared from below, let's take a look at our decomposed function f of x is equal to x squared minus 1 over x. Notice that for every x greater than 0, we are subtracting some positive value away from x squared, and as x increases, this value being subtracted decreases. This tells us why the function converges to x squared from below, for x is greater than 0. Now for the left side of the asymptote, x is equal to 0. It may seem confusing that we do not have any intercepts to work with. However, we can use our asymptotes as a guide. We know that the curve starts at a large value when close to x is equal to 0. And using the parabolic asymptote for a guide, our function will converge to x squared from above. As to why converges from above, let's look back onto our decomposed function. For x less than 0, we are subtracting some negative value away from x squared, which means we are actually adding some positive value to x squared, telling us that the function is above x squared for x less than 0. And as x approaches negative infinity, This value being added, which is 1 over x, goes towards 0, so the function goes to x squared from above. Now that we know where the function goes to as x goes to positive and negative infinity, as well as when x goes to -1 from both sides, we can simply draw a line through these points and intercepts to sketch the function, and we are done. Well, that's it for this video. I hope that helped, and if you have any feedback, please comment. See you next time.